Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. Another paid request. This time for Phil. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And then for the 2002 film Insomnia, starring Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. And the second, or maybe third, might have been the third film, directed by Christopher Nolan. Right before this, he had directed Memento. I think he directed... can't remember the first one he directed. Just thought it was Memento, but he might have done another one before that. I can't remember the name of it though. But of course he would go on to direct Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Interstellar, Dunkirk. Inception is my favorite of his. And this is a good one. I like Memento, I like this. So I don't hate Christopher Nolan. I'm just not a fan of his Batman movies. The Dark Knight, I could watch Heath Ledger's performance, among other stuff, but just, it's not my preferred movie of Batman. But my favorite is Inception. Memento's my second favorite. This would probably be my third favorite Nolan movie. I wish it was Interstellar, but I hate the third act of that movie. I think it went down in the dumpster in that third act. But this is a remake. I never saw the original. And Al Pacino is a detective who's with his partner, and they're going to Alaska to investigate this crime where the 17-year-old girl was beat to death. When they get there, they meet Hillary Swank, who's a very young, up-and-coming cop who's a big fan of Pacino's character, followed his life's work. So they start on the investigation, and pretty much they look into it, and they ultimately find out that it's Robin Williams. Now, what makes the film interesting is, first off, having Pacino, great asset. I think he's one of the great actors we've had. Loved him in Justice for All, Heat, Serpico, Any Given Sunday, Starface. Great actor. Robin Williams, having a change of pace of being a much more darker, villainous character. Where you had this one, you had Death to Smoochie, you had 1 Hour Photo. Not a fan of Death to Smoochie. I like 1 Hour. I like 1 Hour Photo, and I like this one. And Robin Williams plays a very calm, soothing creepiness to him. He's a calm, collected individual that you tell there's a monster lying underneath. It was an interesting change of pace for Robin. Hilary Swank I liked as an actress, and she's not annoying or irritating. You did see just her infectious joy of getting to work with a legend like Pacino's character, which might have been partly just working with a legend like Pacino himself. So also what's going on is that there's this internal investigation that his partner may go in and talk about some stuff, and Pacino is unsure because then they'll look into his affairs, and he's unsure about it because if something is found out, then his past cases and people he's put away, there may be a chance they'll be let go. And the partner's like, well, what's the deal? You have nothing to worry about. And a lot of the film is about a guy's guilt. Pacino's character's guilt. For a couple reasons. I thought the usage of Alaska was fairly well done, whether it be the icy cold roads, whether it be these log cabins with these sort of underground tunnels underneath. There's a pretty neat foot chase where he's chasing Robin Williams, and there's these logs, and Rob is getting on them perfectly fine, but Pacino can barely get on it, and he's slipping through, and he's trapped underneath, and very intense sequence. The booming sound underwater, these logs clicking together, and the scramble of trying to escape, and very well filmed, all done for real. You see it's Pacino really trapped under there, and You like, oh, you hope you don't get out of this soon. I like the way that scene was constructed. There's shots of fog, shots of other stuff. Like, so I thought the location is well utilized. You also have the aspect that this time of year, there's no nighttime. It's daylight 24/7, which Pacino doesn't know until he gets there. And so you can see he didn't have the best of sleeping before, but now he can't sleep at all. And he goes like 5, 6 nights without sleeping. So you see throughout the film he's getting more weary, more dazed, more out of it. But it's not a boring performance. It's a performance where, as he gets more drowsy and sleepy, you tell that this guilt is weighing on him more and more, and to the point where, in a weird way, it kind of breaks it down. Where maybe if he was freshly composed, he would still be hiding his moral dilemma, but because he hasn't slept and he'll see hallucinations, he's a bit more open to letting his secret out to the world. I would say the best parts are the scenes between Pacino and Robin Williams. Because, spoiler, what happens is they look into it. Pacino, they find this book bag, and Pacino's like, okay, get all this stuff out of here. You know what? Don't put this in evidence. It's a pretty smart idea. Let people know that we're looking for a bag like this. Put some stuff back in. Put it back where you found it. This guy is going to be looking for it, so don't wait for him. We know where he'll be because he'll be looking for that. He'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. We'll be there waiting for him. But there's a screw up. They try to get him. In the fog, Pacino's looking. He's been shot at. Someone he's with has been shot in the leg. He sees a figure, shoots, realizes it's his partner. And his partner thinks he shot him on purpose. And you see Pacino go, no. Because you come to find out that Pacino had tampered with evidence where there was a child killer. And he knew this guy killed kids, hunted a kid. But it was circumstantial evidence, so he planted evidence to make sure the guy... And it seems like the guy 100% did do it. I get why he would be guilty, because you're a cop, you're not supposed to plant evidence. But at the same time, I kind of wish they went further with, well, do the ends justify the means? I mean, he was a child killer, and I'm sorry, I can't, I mean, that's not what you're supposed to do, but I can't feel bad because it's still a guy who's a child killer, and he got what he deserved. So if they played off where, well, maybe he wasn't, and maybe he wasn't a child killer, maybe he made a mistake. What if he made a mistake? What if he was innocent? Well, if they play that off, then maybe I could be more invested with, okay, he's feeling guilt because what if I was wrong? What if he was innocent? But it's more about he should not have done that in the first place, and that's his guilt with that. But at the same time, I get it, but my own morals, I can't feel that bad for him getting a child killer off the street because you saved 3, 4, 5 kids. I guess I'm more of the anti-hero than the hero, I guess. What can I say? Maybe that's why I'm a fan of The Punisher and other stuff. And vigilante movies, like Death Wish 3. I don't know what to tell you. And that, you have Hillary Swank investigating where that bullet is, and then she's thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't add up, and is this from the killer? Did something else happen? So that stuff wasn't as interesting to me, which is that moral thing that I talked about. What interested me more was with Robin Williams and Al Pacino, where Robin starts testing him, teasing him, calling him, saying, I saw what you did, and then you lied about it. Listen, it was an accident, right? Just like when I killed that girl, it was an accident as well. And it sounds like Robin really believes that what he did was an accident, but then as the layers are kind of peeled, you see that, nah, there's maybe a bit more to it than that. And then Al Pacino plays along to try to get more evidence and stuff under him. But you see that Robin Williams' character is not a dumb guy. Just recorded the conversation, so hey, I have to use this as well. And you're trying to set me up, but I have to set you up as well. So it was nice to see two very different styles of actors, Pacino and Robin Williams, work so well together. As again, this creeping calmness of Robin, his persona, while Pacino's just getting more and more weary, and you really feel his insomnia. In the room, he's trying to sleep, and he sees these flashes of his partner. There's a bit in a police room at the police station where the sounds are so overzealous and overbearing. They're so amplified, whether it be a fan, and you tell that he's just not in the right state of mind. I even didn't mind the bit where Catherine Isabel from Ginger Snaps, she's in the film, who is a friend of the dead girl, and Pacino's trying to coax information out of her, and he's so weird, he's like, you know what, I'm so tired, man, I don't know. And it looks like he's driving towards her truck, and she's like, what are you doing? And I know people say Pacino goes over the top. Maybe that's true, but I love Pacino that way when done right. Because it's with gusto and energy, and that's appealing to me. So whether him talking to her, trying to get information, or trying to talk to again Robin Williams, love the bit when he shows Robin Williams like, "Took you 10 minutes to beat her to death, okay? 10 fucking minutes. And you want to say it was an accident?" It's a good contrast because you see Pacino's intensity and then Robin Williams' calmness, which is very different because Robin's usually big, Mrs. Doubtfire, Patch Adams, very different type of role. And it showed that Robin was a good actor. Good comedian, but good actor. So like I said, I do like the Insomnia aspect. I do like the way it was filmed. I do like the usage of the location. I do enjoy the Pacino Robin bits. I will be honest, there's a part of me that I know this will be looked at as more straight-laced and more boring to people, but I kind of wish it was just Pacino versus Robin, where one guy's can't sleep and the guy's taunting him over and over again while this other guy's trying to catch him and trying to find him. I mean, you say that's what it is, but again, the whole IA thing, I get it. It's this moral quandary, this moral dilemma for Pacino's character, and this guilt, where again, you have two individuals that harbor secrets. So I get what they're doing. But I said that the moral dilemma, if it was just he accidentally shot his partner and he lied about it, because of the moment he was scared, freaked out, but then he's like, oh my god, I lied about it, then what do I do? If it was just that, maybe I would have been more willing. Like, it was an accident, but then he lied about it, and then he's like so out of it because he hasn't slept for a while. There's like maybe even that I would have been more interested in the moral, but the whole thing with, which that part I didn't mind in the whole, but it's the thing where he didn't plant the evidence on the child predator, child killer. I don't feel bad that Pacino did that. I'm like, good. If you're 100% certain and the guys don't go to jail, do more of it. But I know that's not what you're supposed to do. Idea, but I just my own thought process on that. And after a spoiler, you get to the finale where Hillary Swank realizes what's going on. She goes to see Robin Williams. He attacks her. Al Pacino helps her out. You get a little bit of a firefight. Pacino and Robin shoot each other. I do like Hillary Swank's acting. I like that she's not callous and cold to them dying. Even after she found some bits out. I'm glad for that. Because it makes her more of a respectable human being. That, you know, this is still a guy. This is still a cop. That he did make a mistake. And she's actually thinking of throwing away the bullet. And Pacino stops her and goes, "Don't lose your way." Even she even asks why. Don't lose your way. Now, some say that it's ambiguous as to whether she'll throw away the bullet or not. I didn't think it was ambiguous. It seemed very certain that she was going to listen to Pacino, and maybe if it was more ambiguous, that's actually an example of ambiguity I'd be interested in. Because there's a way to use ambiguous in the right way. But I didn't feel that way with this. And then, okay, I get it that, you know, hey, you don't finally sleep, so your moral baggage is clean now. At the same time, though, if it's going to lead to all these killers and child predators getting out of jail, honestly, that's selfish. To be perfectly honest, yeah, these killers and these psychos are going to get out of jail, but at least my conscience will be clean. But you could also say, well, he's doing it so that she doesn't feel guilt about this. Well, maybe she won't. Maybe she's like me. I probably would have thrown the bullet away. Or flush it down the toilet. The means to the end, I'd rather have these 5, 6, 7 sickos still in jail than cause them to get out and one more kid or one more person to die. But I guess that's my own moral, which is maybe very much against yours. So maybe that's the issue with it. But at the same time, it's well filmed, it's well acted, it's interesting to watch in terms of, again, Pacino having to make a guy get more tired, more drowsy, but not give a boring performance. And Pacino's talented to do that. And it's sad that in recent years he's been saddled with shit like Jack and Jill or Righteous Kill or 80 Minutes, where this guy should be used much more efficiently. He was good in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Tarantino film. That was nice to see. So there's that. Liked him in The Devil's Advocate before this. Over the top, but he's great as the devil. But anyway, I'm a big fan of Pacino, so like I said, it was nice to see him work with Robin Williams and for Robin to do something a bit different and outside of the beaten path. To showcase there's more to him than just the clown comedian guy. And I said, Hillary Swank, always liked her as an actress. I thought she did a good job. She didn't always pick the best projects. Like The Reaping, not really the best project for her. But with that said, overall I did like it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.